Hi, chocolate friends. I just finished a little taste testing and have my makeup on, and my hair looks decent, and the room is clean. So I figured I will videotape a second one at the same time. We were doing a book tour, and truthfully, just lost momentum. We were doing really good in the summer, and then case counts went up. And coronavirus kind of got crazy with the Delta variant, and so a lot of our book talks that we had planned postponed. Some are scheduled right now for 2023. We're planning for March 2023 with our fingers crossed. A lot of places are no longer meeting in person. A lot of organizations, clubs, and churches are going online, so there's not an opportunity to go and speak, as well as schools. So there's not as much happening as we had planned to do for the rest of the year, and it's been kind of junky, but I'm trying to trust God's timing because there must be a reason why. But for the most part, I do know that I am grateful that we are making sure that we are staying safe, and we are doing everything that we can to help out our healthcare workers who are really overwhelmed right now too. So we decided to take that live, or take our book tour virtual, and everybody's like, what does that mean? And I was like, I don't really know. I guess that means that I'll be talking about the book online. So here I am. I guess what I'll do is I will do like a book talk, like what I would normally say if I was invited to your event or to your place, and be able to share in general the story about the book and how it happened and how it helps and some of the testimonies. But for now, I thought what I'll do is just a reading. Like, just if you do not have the book yet, I will read for you the chapter that we are on right now. So what is really cool about this is it is 40 weeks written in real time with real authenticity and vulnerability in 2020. So it's 20 reflections and 20 routines from 2020. The title of the book is Bringing Peace to Our World, One Chocolate Story at a Time. So it's a play on our mission statement. Instead of with chocolate, we're doing it one chocolate story at a time. And the first half, the 20 reflections, talks about everything that's happening in real time, from losing everything in the business, to figuring out what to do with my life, to being a full-time mom with a 3- and 5-year-old that were home with me every day, to figuring out distance learning, etc. And then the second half of the book is 20 routines. So I came up with 20 things to help me live in the pandemic, and really stop just reflecting and feeling sorry for myself, but what could I do every day to help me get to the next week? What was a word that I could focus on for the week to help me feel a little bit better, form a new habit, a good habit, or kind of get me stuck out of whatever I was going through at that moment. So every chapter is labeled by the routine or the reflection, and it's dated according to when I wrote this. So we're rereading this 1 year later, which is really cool because we can see kind of what was happening as documented 1 year ago. And then we also can look at it for going back, almost like history, you know, like reliving this. And hopefully we can be reading a history book soon and reliving this. But here we go. Chapter 26 was week 26. September 7th, and the routine is move. Do you have a routine to de-stress? Each week, depending on the experiences I have during the week, I select a word as the topic for my email blog. This word is what drives and connects everything I write. This past week, I honestly had a lot of not so positive words for how I was feeling. Words like frustrated, defeated, tired again, and stuck resonated with me. As I shared this truth at curbside pickup with my extended chocolate family, chocolate friend, and volunteer blog content commentator Shandice, she responded with, "Write about it." What? I responded, "No one wants to hear me grumbling." To which she said, "Then tell them how you manage these feelings. What's your routine to de-stress?" So for week 26 and routine 6, I'm going to do what Shada suggested and share with you a routine that I have to manage all those not so positive words that I experience. How do I manage stress? I move. I move my body. Some of you may not know this, but prior to Chocolea, my full-time job was as a dance director, instructor, and choreographer. And as a child, I grew up dancing ballet, tap, jazz, lyrical, and hip-hop with Rosie Woodson Dance Academy and then with 24/7 Dance Force. Although I never pursued dance as a professional career, I always found a way to dance. I started a dance team for fun while I was a school teacher at Lehoku Elementary in Waianae, which was then turned into a part-time job at my friend Mandy Scott's hula studio, Namaka Opu Waialoha, which then turned into my full-time job with hundreds of students ages 5 through 65. I danced for hours every week at the studio that felt like home and at various schools under my business license, Embraceology, for 7 incredible years. I had the greatest opportunity to dance for work. I just realized that I did this for 7 years, and Chocolea, we're celebrating 7 years. Along the way, I danced for fun too. I took classes all over the islands at the University of Hawaii, Studio 808, Funk Aerobics, Honolulu Classical Ballet, and even right before the pandemic shutdown, I was in a class that I absolutely loved with Jose Silva at Infinity Movement Studio. Shout out to all of my dance teachers, friends, students, and parents. Work it fierce. Dance has always been a part of my life and has shaped me into who I am today. It has served as an avenue for me to build my confidence, express how I am feeling, de-stress, and move my body for exercise. I haven't taken a dance class since early March before this all happened. 6 months without in-person classes meant that I returned to one of my other loves, hiking, the great outdoors. Then when hiking got shut down too, I honestly got really sad because I felt like I lost not only one, but now 2 activities that I had built from a routine to a consistent habit that I love to do to help me de-stress in a very stressful time. Now that I'm repeating kindergarten with Aubrey and doing it via distance learning, the mornings feel like they go by so slowly as we say our letters and the sounds they make and practice our basic counting. Business is still far from booming as we navigate on a week-to-week basis. Dreams and big plans are still on hold, and it feels like small businesses are either slowly shutting down or just surviving. A lot of the world feels like it's moving too slow at times, especially for people like me who can't move at the pace we were once used to, and when spouses, friends, and others are going about work, business, and life as usual. Life can get hard, and the game of comparison can sneak in if I sit and just dwell on it and watch as other people continue moving on. Instead, I needed to get up and find new ways to move. I jumped on my bike and started taking short rides again, even if it's 20 minutes in circles on the same street with Aubrey. I also actually started swimming a little in the ocean with my family. I'm much more of a mountain and land person, but with everything shut down, I considered for a second taking up surfing. I keep my mind moving forward by reading, learning, dreaming, and journaling. I have to move not only my body forward, but also my mind too. It sometimes feels like we are stuck waiting for coronavirus to go away. Stuck waiting for our health to get better. Stuck waiting for the opportunity to come. Stuck waiting for the kids to go back to school. Stuck waiting for the positive case numbers to go down. Stuck waiting for the nation to come together. Stuck waiting for the world to heal. But in a world of waiting, there are still people moving. There are people working on vaccines and caring for others. There are people out exercising. There are people still chasing dreams or creating new ones. There are people learning online and adapting their lessons and style to make it work. There are people moving about at safe distances and doing their part. There are people coming to the table to talk. There are people trying to change their part of the world wherever they are. I want to be one of those people, moving. Some of my best ideas, inspiration, and personal growth lessons come to me during hikes way up at the top of the mountains, in the quiet stillness, and in long conversations with God. Some of the worst feelings I had inside were expressed in a healthy way through dance and movements when the lyrics of a song helped me to get it all out safely. But for now, a weekly swim, a bike ride, or walks around the neighborhood will need to suffice as a way to move again, gain some inspiration, and de-stress. Walking is boring, is what some of you may say. You may be thinking, and what my kids will always say, but I know they need to stretch their legs and re-energize from sitting down in front of a computer screen all day. Aubrey thinks walking is so boring, so we started doing scavenger hunt walks and looking for things to begin or end with a certain sound. Or we observe and make tally marks and count the number of geckos we see. Ew, so gross. Or we go on a treasure hunt to find a new flower in someone's yard that we might like and never noticed before. It makes the walks more fun, and the kids don't even realize that they have agreed to move their bodies, which is what I tell them they have to do every day. One of my friends even moved into the neighborhood, and I told her to send me a photo of her house so when I go walking, I can keep an eye out and look for it in my own scavenger hunt. I told her that when I find it, I will send her a selfie of me outside. These are just some ideas to turn your neighborhood walks into games that will help you move. The best part about this routine is whenever we are finished moving our bodies, we never seem to regret it, but always find that we feel a little better afterward. As for this kindergartner, she had her first articulation day of school, rotating between subjects like music, Hawaiian studies, computer, and she discovered that PE is her favorite subject. In PE, she got to get up and move and learn step jacks. Earlier, I mentioned she didn't know how to do jumping jacks. Well, this is a move in the right direction. Seeing that spark light up in her during PE reminded me that we all get tired and bored and need a routine to de-stress and reboot and get back to it again. Moving my body and my mind does that for me. A couple of months ago, Tori, our amazing chocolatier and CEO, helped me set up her video game Just Dance in the shop so we could do quick 3-minute song breaks to re-energize. Being with her in the kitchen and quickly moving between the tasks of making chocolates, topping molds, drizzling sprinkles, and bagging products felt really good. When I come in late after school feeling tired, our amazing CEO, Ali, turns up workout music on Pandora and sometimes even dances with me for a whole 3 seconds. Running to cars at curbside with Tori, Ali, and another amazing CEO, Christine, to see your smiling faces really pumps us up to see what we are able to do and the little hope and joy we can bring to others during this time. Making the move to keep our small business going however we could with our local chocolate friends is something we're so glad we did. Yes, we are all CEOs in the company. It means we all agreed to be chocolate everything officer and are willing to try and do everything needed to get through this together. Moving happens in forms other than physical as well. As many challenges continue on, we must make moves that we think are best for us and our families for this season. Sometimes it's a move to not return to work, stay home and focus on the kids or start a family. It could be a move to close a business and try something new, or a move to go out, get work, and take a chance on a new opportunity, even if we're not sure if we will like it. A move to a different position in your workplace, a move to try a new activity or a way to manage stress, or a move to tell someone how you really feel and be completely honest so you can share your deep concerns and come up with a common goal to work towards together. Someone has got to make the first move. During this pandemic with heavy hearts, we had to watch some business friends and partners literally move out of their business and off island. Sadly, some moves are to leave this life too soon. As we cried for another chocolate friend who passed away this week, we prayed as a team that she moved into heaven with no pain, and for her family and friends to find peace as they figure out how to move on in life without her. In especially hard times like this, I need to remind myself and those around me that God is always moving. He knows what comes next, and He is here to guide us and help us carry our burdens if we make the move to trust Him, ask Him for help, and walk with Him daily. And I am sure of this, that He who began a good work in you will bring it to completion until the day of Jesus Christ. Philippians 1:6. But one thing I do, forgetting what lies behind and straining toward what lies ahead, forgetting what lies behind and straining toward what lies ahead, I press on toward the goal for the prize of the upward call of God in Christ Jesus. Philippians 3:13-14. So even though I do sometimes feel frustrated, defeated, and stuck, I move out of it by literally moving my body and mind. Honestly, I literally paused right here and went outside for a 15-minute walk since I just was starting to space out while proofreading and returned to wrap this up. Moving is a routine that I may not feel like doing, but it always makes me feel better afterward. Also, the less we move now, the less we are capable of moving in the future. After all, our ability to simply move is a gift from God. So the lesson learned, keep moving. If moving my body and mind has always helped me feel better, why should I stop now? Even though the activities I prefer are not available or not the same at the moment, I can explore other ways to still move and try something new. We all need new ways to get inspired, energized, and de-stress. Sometimes we find new inspiration and new energy with a new activity. The opportunity now, move, get off the bed, couch, or perhaps floor, or even the mental pit that you dug and threw yourself into. Climb out of it, do something that moves your spirit and your soul, something that makes your heart feel like dancing, or as I always said, dance to the beat of your heart. Get up and just turn on your favorite music and move your body. Who cares what it looks like? Remember that song with the lyrics, when you get the choice to sit it out or dance? I hope you dance. Do that. Heck, I might even finally try TikTok, even though my team asked me repeatedly not to do it since before this pandemic. Take walks, go on treasure hunts, do yoga, Pilates, run, or if you're brave, swim or surf. Move your mind into a new place, or just move positions for a different perspective. From parent to teacher, teacher to grandparent, business owner to consumer, unemployed to employed, helpless to volunteer, and from stuck to unstuck. Make your first move. And hope for our future. This book, emails, my blog, and posts and Instagram accounts are some of the moves I am making in life to create a community with others who want to keep moving forward together. The stories you share with me move me to tears, and when you let me know the impact that this is making by encouraging you, inspiring loved ones, and helping us all through this, I am reassured that this is a move in the right direction. Let's keep moving together, and along the way, we may discover things we never knew we loved, and energy we haven't felt in a long time, and a lot less stress on our shoulders. My prayer for you, my chocolate friend, is until we can physically return to dance classes, to the mountains, to some of the old routines we once loved, or move into the arms of loved ones we miss being with. Let's just keep on moving forward and letting God direct our paths. With love always, Erin, your chocolate friend. Your word is a lamp for my feet, a light on my path. Psalm 119:105. He replied, because you have so little faith, truly I tell you, if you have faith as small as a mustard seed, you can say to this mountain, move from here to there, and it will move. Nothing will be impossible for you. Matthew 17:20.